I'm folklorist and author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And we host Eerie Travels.
It's a podcast where we discuss all things strange and unusual.
We discuss everything from Bigfoot to UFOs.
From Mothman to haunted locations.
From hidden history to legendary beasts.
From Cocaine Bear to the Jersey Devil.
From holler monsters to conspiracy theory.
We interview amazing guests that are actual investigators into the things that many believe to only be in the world of the imagination.
We also get into verbal debates about which monsters would win in a fight.
If any of this sounds interesting to you, then join us twice a week on your favorite podcast platform.
So look for Eerie Travels, and we'll see you on the other side.
Gather around the fire, my friends. Welcome to the Drunken Cryptids. I'm your guide, Matthew. Here, you'll hear encounters of the spooky, paranormal, the strange, and the unknown. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. It's showtime.
Was these two globes. I don't know how to describe them. And I stood up there and looked at them, and it's like...
That how she turned and looked at me, she backed straight up through my closet door.
I just couldn't hold it anymore, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was a chupacabra. I was so excited.
I am drinking something I affectionately refer to as a Matty Rita.
And welcome back to another episode of the Drunken Cryptids. I'm your host, Matthew Wharton. And this is part 2 of the Arkansas Black Thang. So again, right across from me, I've got the infamous Chris. Chris, say hello to everybody.
How's it going, y'all?
They're doing great. And immediately to Chris's right is Jacob. Everybody's had a Jacob.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Jacob's got like almost like Jacob's going to say, welcome to Drunken Cryptids After Dark. And besides Jacob, we've got Tony. Tony, go ahead and say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
There we go. That's all of us. So again, real quick, Dylan over there at Blade Media, man, thank you so very much for all the hard work you've done for us. BladeMedia.com is where you want to go if you want your graphics done, websites done, whatever it is. He is local, and ironic enough, he's in Bald Knob. I know, crazy. As a matter of fact, we're going to be recording an episode with him as well. However, but Gunnar and Tommy, thanks for putting up with me, guys. I appreciate it very much. T, thank you very much for putting up with me out there as well. And again, if you've had an encounter, you want to be on the show, reach out, drunkencryptids@gmail.com. Follow us on all your social media platforms and give us a like and a share. The more reviews you give us, the higher star rating you give us, the more people are going to hear about us. Share us, like us, enjoy it. Share us with the friends, share it with their family. I think a Drunken Cryptid t-shirt would make a great Halloween gift. I think so. I think everybody should go and get a Drunken Cryptid t-shirt.
Sounds like a good Christmas present, too.
Yeah, you might as well stock up now. You know, speaking of Halloween, we're going to be at the Arkansas Paranormal Expo on October 26th and 27th. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be wearing kilts. Chris, you wear a kilt?
No.
Do you want to wear a kilt?
I'm good on the kilt, but I'll have
That's
a
it.
t-shirt.
We're going to get him in a kilt.
We got to get him a kilt.
We got to get him a kilt. I'll get Chris into a kilt. I bet, I would say something about the beard, but the beard's gone. But it'll be back maybe by the time.
It will be. After the heat dies down, the beard will come back.
Hey, remember Braveheart, the dad? Oh. The one that stubborn dad, like he got beat up and chopped up all the time and kept coming back to life? You're like, what's his name? Do you remember? Chris is pulling it on up. Because Chris, that may be my nickname for you, like Angus. But you guys, we are going to be at the Arkansas Paranormal Expo this October 26th and 27th. This is the part 2 of the Arkansas Black Thing. All we did was just put a break in the recording, so we're still sitting here, and it's getting warmer. And, of course, it's not even warm. It's cooling off fine a little bit. We need another fan. Did you find the name?
Campbell?
I can't call you Campbell. Nope. If I do that, I got to call you Bruce.
Tails from the chin.
Oh God! But you don't have a chin.
I don't.
He'd be over here yelling, freedom.
Anyways, you guys. All right, so let's go. Okay, so let's recap. So Area 1 that we were in, we had Tales of Black Indians under pine trees. We had a strange, sweet smell at the encounter site on our way out. There was a possible shadow that I may have seen, may have not seen. I'm going to go with it because I couldn't see through it. And then I could. So that's not a trick of the light. I'm going to go with, yeah, now I'm leaning more the more I think about it. The dead area, we talked about the infrasound in that area. So we're going to talk about the pond area. This is the second part. And this is where we did, this episode won't be as long as the first one, you guys, because not that much happened. But there's a lot of stuff to unpack in that area, though.
Yeah.
Which is the cool thing about it. I do know that right off the bat in that area, we do have a report of a missing hunter, though.
Yes.
You know, so, I mean, you know a little bit more about it on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you go around with that one. So this is about a quarter mile up from the property, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, the next farm over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm driving out one morning. I've got this truck right behind me. Oh, not right behind me, but coming up the road behind me, and I see him turn off into this hunting area that I pass every time I go out. And I go, oh, okay, not a big deal. Drive out, let's say, 12 hours later, and the guy's truck is still there, which I found odd because he always left before I did. His truck is sitting in what I'm going to call a paddock, for lack of better terms. And I come in the next morning, 4:30 in the morning, and the guy's truck is already there, or rather still there. I go out, I sit in the woods for 12 hours, I come back out, and the old boy's truck is still there. So immediately I call the father-in-law on my way in, once I get to where the cell phones work again. And
yeah, which is up by the hardball, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up, it's back up on the road.
Yep.
And he goes, he went missing last night. He never left the woods. And of course, my natural reaction is, well, gee, thanks for telling me. I've been out here all day.
Yeah, 2 days in a row.
Yeah,
thanks.
2 days in a row. Awesome. But yeah, so turns out the guy that he went missing out there, and he's never been found, from my understanding.
We have a helicopter passing overhead. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. Hopefully you can't. Got to wait for the aircraft to pass on by. We'll see.
Hey, it's a Black Hawk.
Of course, we got Camp Robinson right over here. Who knows? They just built an airfield out there. I was part of that. I had to watch the C-130's pricing today.
Oh, cool.
That was pretty cool out there. Yeah. The All-American Zone. Anyways,
I got a funny story about C-130s when we're off the air.
Perfect. So do I. So I was researching this on Sunday, and all I could find was his mother was reaching out. She was on the show 4 years ago, one of the news stations here. And I went to open the article up, and it's been archived. But you said you might be able to try and trace it on down for us?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can do tomorrow at work. I work with some people that are really good at tracking this stuff down.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, if you can, that'd be great. I mean, I wish I'd have talked to you about it beforehand. But anyways, yeah. Because we're going to be doing more investigations out there. So there'll be more episodes out there as well. So, yeah. Yeah, we've seen that on the map. Tony's showing me the map of the area of where the guy went missing at. Yeah, right there.
That's area 2.
Oh, that's area 2. Yeah.
Yep.
See, your area 2 map is different than my area 2 map.
So.
Oh, no, wait. No. Area 2. Yeah, this is
that's the pond.
Yeah, there's a pond. Yeah, there's a pond.
Yep.
And there's where there's where that.
Yeah.
You can see that on the Huh.
Yeah, that's the pond. And up here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at the maps right now.
That's
So,
his paddock right there.
So
Yeah.
Tony and Jacob are really good. It's like where we're trying to talk. Like, here, let me show you this real quick that y'all can't see. So I apologize, but he's showing us on the maps. So the hunter goes missing up there. Can't find anything out about it other than, I mean, it's gone. There's nothing. It's a small town, so everybody knows everybody. So everybody's going to talk. And I'm sure father-in-law would have said something by now if he would have been found. Or,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But what strikes me weird about that, though, that falls in line almost with the 411 cases of the missing. You know, so Hunter goes out there, allegedly gets into a stand, and just disappears. What if he didn't make it to a stand?
Right. And I mean, we drove past. You saw how close the stand is to where he parks.
Yeah, I got pictures of it. Yeah,
It's not far at all. You can clearly make out the stairs on the back of the stand from the road. And no trace of them at all, from my understanding.
So that's what's weird. The whole entire area is, I like that area a lot, but I'll be honest with you. So, in the pond area is where I felt I was being watched.
Okay.
Truth be told. So when we're driving down and you said that was the stand and behind you was grandfather, the deer, that you were going to use on the bow, the whole entire time, if you remember, my head was on swivel the whole entire time. I felt like we were being watched. I felt like, especially around the pond. And to where I wanted to get out. I wanted to get out and look for tracks. Like we pulled up to the pond, and I saw where the pond was at. I remember I almost said stop. And I didn't.
Right.
It's like I knew I wanted to. And what's funny is I can look back and go, why didn't I? Why didn't I? Why didn't I? And this is the only area to where we got some pictures at. We didn't record. We didn't do anything at all, which is going to fall in line because you started walking us through where you had the giant deer encounter.
Yes.
Okay. Walked us through where the deer or whatever it was that ran through the trees that blocked out the porch light. Okay, so I remember that quite well. And you drove us over, showed us that. Because we pretty much stayed in the Jeeps the whole entire time. We got out at one area and walked. That was it. And we didn't walk much at all. And I'm beginning to wonder, now I'm thinking about it since we're recording, I'm wondering whether there's something else to that. Because I felt completely uneasy. I felt more unease in the pond than I did in Area 1. Even with me seeing something.
That would make sense with little touch of family history without getting into too much. There's a certain person in the family who was a notorious moonshiner. And from my understanding, the still was near the pond.
Okay.
But again, we're not quite sure where it was, but we found remnants of the still in that section of the farm.
In that section over there? Okay. Because I remember you mentioned the still. We touched on it briefly when we were out there on Saturday. And we just glazed over it, though.
Yeah.
We just rolled right on over it. And the whole entire time, I don't know. And I don't know whether it was remnants of Area 1. Maybe, possibly, that we're, feeling the effects of Area 1 still. Because we jumped from one to the other. I mean, there was no hesitation. We loaded it. We put the weapons up and we were gone. And, yeah, we were there. So, but I didn't want a weapon. I remember that. I did not feel the need to grab nothing. When we got out and walked, I felt like we were being watched, but I never felt at one point in time to, arm up.
Right.
At all. Same, Jake, you're shaking your head over there.
Yeah, I felt comfortable over there.
You felt comfortable? Yeah. I felt unease the whole time, which is weird because you were unease in Area 1 and I was unease in Area 2.
Yeah. But at the same time, I never had the feeling of really being watched over in Area 2. I had that still linger a little, but not as bad as Area 1.
Yeah, because the two spots I feel them, I remember, no, three, I felt the most at was the stand where the bow, to where you didn't want to lose an arrow.
Right.
Okay. There, the pond, and what we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah.
And which we're going to talk about that for a while. I have a funny feeling. But, yeah, those are the three main areas. And I only got out at the third and final area.
Right.
But every time we went by the pond, I don't know. I pulled into the Jeep. I did. I pulled into your Jeep every time we went by the pond, didn't I?
Yeah.
I pulled into the Jeep.
Yeah.
I literally did. Because normally I have my foot out. My foot's hanging out. I got my foot on the peg. I'm passenger princess at the moment. But every time that we got over there, I pulled right in.
Yeah, you sucked into the Jeep.
And I didn't feel comfortable. I don't think I felt comfortable at all until we got... Wait, who's beeping? You're buying the beer. But I didn't think I felt comfortable at all. Even after the gas station, I didn't feel comfortable. I was quiet all the way home, wasn't I? Because you kept trying to talk to me, and I was quiet all the way home.
No, you were. You had a look on your face the whole way, like freaking you were in deep thought, thinking about what this was, because I could see you in the back by the mirror.
Really?
You like freaking zoned out at one point, just staring off in space in deep thought.
Because I remember the ride home, but I don't really remember the ride home. I remember one point looking, going, "Oh gosh, we're almost there."
Mm-hmm.
Because it was.
Point by point on the map.
Yep. You don't remember. You don't have a microphone, so they can barely hear you. It's okay. We can hear you though. All right. So let's talk about. Okay. So. All right. I'm just gonna get. I'm gonna go for the throat real quick. Let's talk about the damn structure.
Sure.
Let's talk about the structure. All right. So. Here's. It looks like a lean-to. It looks like an absolutely made lean-to. Not a complete enclosed structure, but I'll be honest with you, it's Arkansas. Why would you need an enclosed structure if you're this big, hairy bastard? You're not going to. You're going to need a lean-to thing. And it looked like in the one spot, looking at the pictures again, it looks like it was a perfect spot for him just to put his big, hairy butt down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back and look at the pictures of it, it looks like a good spot for him just to plop down and hang out. Or maybe it's a juvenile in the area who's separated away from his family, or something happened and it's a juvenile that's out there. Yes, this is an actual structure made from numerous sticks that wrap around a couple of trees and it goes up to almost like a half a teepee. Yeah, it's almost a half a teepee is what remember it looks like it's like a half a teepee. And how long has it been on the property?
The whole time I've hunted there.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I walk past it every time I hunt the pond.
So here's the
Every
other cool thing about it too is this though, is that when we got there we found it. Jacob was so we hadn't got down there. Jacob wandered on down and you were waiting to show this. And I remember Jacob was squatted down and the first comment you made, Chris, was you started laughing. He goes, "He found it."
Yeah.
And I said, "Found what?" And he goes, "You'll see."
Yeah.
Like you saved this. You didn't even put this on the on the episode.
Right.
So I was not expecting to walk into an alleged Bigfoot structure. And that's what I got for it. The deer flies were all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Horse flies were all over it. They didn't bother us at all, though.
No, but there were like millions of them out
They were. It was, and there's no pastures. There's no cattle. There's no horses out there. Nothing at all. So it's attracted to something big. And maybe it's an old one, and maybe it's been in the Bigfoot family for a while, and maybe they're out there, and maybe, I don't, I mean, I'm not a Bigfoot expert, so I'm just spitballing here, because all I know is that when I saw it, my first thought was, because I remember talking to these guys on the way up there, hey, look for weird trees, look for weird bands, look for this, look for that, and we find an effing structure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I first walked up to it, I mean, I was like, man, this is kind of, like, unusual to be in a spot. I mean, you have a freaking 2 deer lanes on each side of you, and one onto your backside.
What if it's a hunting blind for them?
That could be a possibility, but at the same time,
instead of it being an actual structure for them to stay at, what if they're using this as a hunting blind where they're squatted down that low, with them lanes coming down? That makes perfect sense.
Yes,
now you think about it. So since you mentioned the hunting, good job. So what if they're using this as a hunting blind, not as a structure to live in, but a hunting blind?
Yeah, because it's about the size of a single man pop up.
Yeah.
It is. So what if they're squatted down? They know they're coming through there, obviously, because y'all are hunting them.
Yeah.
And so they built their own effing blind.
that's a good possibility. But at the same time, the color of it and how it was you would blend right in. With
It's perfect. It's perfect.
I've actually, I'm going to tell myself here, I've actually looked at it to sit in this stupid thing and hunt until all the horse flies, the deer fly, you can see the ticks crawling around it, you can see the spiders crawling around it, and I'm like, nope.
No, yeah, it was,
Nope.
I mean, yeah, you didn't want to get into it.
Right, because I've thought about it, and I've also thought about clearing it and putting a blind right there.
I wouldn't mess with it.
No.
I mean,
I would tell father-in-law the same thing, don't mess with it.
Yeah. Oh, it's been there.
See, this was crazy
can
because
remember.
you've got one side of the property, we've got this crazy paranormal, crazy crap going on. On the other side, we got Bigfoot.
I'd set your blind up off to the side, so where you can see it and you can see down both.
Well, his blind is set up that way.
So I've got a pop up that I set up for bow season.
Yep.
And it's
where I
30 yards away.
Yeah.
30
And then
yards away.
I've got a platform on the other side of that tree line that I use for modern gun. I hunt with my daughter out of. Up until 2 years ago, somebody had a ladder stand across the driving lane from it. And it's gone now. I don't know where they moved it to or if they just abandoned it. And then at the end of the driving lane, there's that massive tower blind that's been there from what I've been told 20 plus years. So, I mean, it's a hunted area. And we basically, it's a first come, first serve type of thing in the mornings. And I'm usually beat to it because the people that hunt the tower blind live right there.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you're sharing the area of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go on the record and say it now. He's using that for a hunting blind. That makes more sense than because we were looking for a habitat. I mean, seriously, think about it. That's what we were thinking off the bat. This is a hunting blind.
Yep.
It's perfect. I mean, because I wish we'd have got more pictures. Oh, we're going back.
I'm going out Sunday to set up.
Jack. Sorry, I'm yelling at my dog to the microphone. That just no good at all. Let me mute myself real quick. There we go. Okay.
I'm actually going out this Sunday to set up my cameras.
Give me.
So I'll take tons of photos.
Yeah, take some. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm half tempted to drive up there with you. I have my kids. What's Sunday? I got something going on Sunday, don't I? I'm trying to think. Let me check my calendar.
Sure.
Because we might road trip with the kids. I don't know, but I think that we should get. You should get. I hate saying it. I mean, get one of your trail cams and put it right on it.
Yeah.
But don't put it. I mean.
Obvious.
Yeah, because I mean. Yeah, do it.
Yes, I can put it in the tree line across from it, and I'll
right
already
there, that
use
opening.
electrical tape for
where it aims right there, that opening.
Yeah.
See, honestly,
Ooh, what if you did vines to tie it on? The reason why I'm going to say this is this. So you remember the movie Predator? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to die on this hill. My theory, and I will die on this hill. Okay, so my theory is that the movie Predator, the guys who wrote it, based the Predator on Bigfoot.
I can see that.
I mean, in all honesty, I mean, the year that it came out, the technology that it was using, how it camouflages, how it cloaks, how it uses the trees, the same thing as what Bigfoot does.
The sway.
Yes. You remember the sway.
Yeah.
Okay. It does everything that Bigfoot's supposed to do. So I honestly believe that it can, in some... Because there's a researcher out there, and that's what he did. He allegedly had rocks thrown at him. And they weren't like giant rocks. They were just like, being tossed at. Because, there's stories and encounters. They're throwing acorns at you. They're throwing rocks at you, stuff like that. Well, he picked up some of these rocks and took them home. And sometime later, he had these rocks, just goofing off, and had a UV light, and these rocks glowed under a UV light. Which is why I had the UV light flashlight. So when we go out there on our night excursion, y'all be using other lights. I'm going to have that UV light out, see what we can do. And so what if he can see some aspects where he can see unnatural things the way the Predator can't? So what if you're like strap it down with vines? I don't know how to camouflage up because there's too many cases where it knows how to move around it.
Right. Well, and there's the reports and the theory that cameras drive them off. That people have come up with.
But I don't think so. And the reason why I think you're still there because there's game cameras up still as we were driving down the trail.
Well, and there was a couple, 2, 3, 4 years back, there was actually a Google Earth, Google Street View photo of one in the Hogue National Rainforest.
No.
And it got taken down after people found it.
Of course
it was up for about a month, and Google took it down. But it was one standing in the trees, plain as day, going through the Hogue National Rainforest.
Did you see the video I shared about the documentary?
Yes.
Nanook? and you see the thing run.
Yeah.
You can see him running on the video.
Oh yeah, and then he ducks.
Yeah, I mean, he's up, he sees me, I'm down. I mean, that's perfect tactics right there. I'm up, sees me down. Like, he's stalking the caribou.
Yeah.
He goes, "Wait, I'm on camera. Let's duck."
Yeah.
I don't think he cared.
No, I
I,
don't
think
think
he
he
was
did.
more trying to get
No,
a bite
it was,
to eat.
It was
Yeah.
advance and cover, advance and cover. Yeah.
I mean, but the way he was moving, though,
Yep.
in that video,
And it
if y'all
was
haven't
pretty
seen that, go to
fast.
my Facebook page and look at videos, and maybe I'll reshare it sometime in the future. But anyways, I think that, I think it's a hunting blind.
It looks like one.
It does.
If
It
you
does.
if you look up if you get on Google Images and you look up primitive hunting blind, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm kind of on the street with that. It's more of a juvenile size, not a full grown.
No, because the Bigfoot in the South are smaller than they are.
Because
They're not going to get the 10 feet down here. I honestly don't think they're going to get the 10 feet. I think the biggest ones down there are going to be between 7 and 8.
Yes.
And the reason why, because the closer you are to the equator, the smaller you get. The further north from the equator, the bigger you get. So I think the ones up in the Pacific Northwest and the North, Canada and all those, I think those are the big boys. Those are the big 10, 12 footers. But I think down here, they're smaller, they're crankier. I mean, I'll be honest with you, as you described it, full of ticks, horse flies, deer flies. It's 115 degrees outside. You're covered in fur.
Who wouldn't be?
I'd be pretty upset. I'd be pretty pissed off too. But this falls on my theory too, though, with the hunters here. And you know my theory. So my theory on the hunters here is this: there's not one hunter that I've never talked to that in Arkansas that's been doing this forever. Hit a deer. Deer bounces onto the woods. You wait, get down, follow the blood. No deer.
Right.
They know your deer stands. They know your corn. They know everything you're doing. It's a free meal. I think also in the same area, they have built this blind for themselves, imitating y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
And doing this for how long?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least 4 generations now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Going, I mean, even further back. So maybe with the help, maybe they learned this from the Native Americans too prior to.
Right.
You're not
Or
wrong
maybe
with
the
that.
Native Americans learned it from them. Ooh.
That's a good thought. That's a very good thought.
What if the Native Americans learned how to use the hunting blinds and everything and their whole entire environment based upon Sasquatch? I mean, there's already stories of them out there battling redhead giants out west. Every Native American has them in their culture.
Yes.
And we're not talking about Area 1. We're talking about the pond now. This is... So I love doing this show because all this stuff we've been kept bottled on up, and now we're talking about it. As we talk about it, we start theorizing and coming up with, hypothesis. And as Chris Gallons from Nevermore Hollow said, you guys are citizen scientists out there right now. This is what we're doing. We're figuring this stuff out.
Yeah.
You got your thinking cap on, Jacob. I can tell right now. I can see those wheels spinning right now. You got it formulated enough to talk?
I mean, see, I keep freaking going over in my mind about the blind. How it is, it's more, half TP shape, crescent. But at the same time, I can see using it as a hunting blind. But I mean, an 8-foot stocky Sasquatch sitting in there, I cannot see. I could probably see a 6-foot, maybe 5-foot juvenile. I mean, I can see him
Squatted down.
Squatted down, or in the fetal position as if he sleeps under.
Or what about in a spider crawl?
That's kind of pretty hard to sleep.
I got Chris looking going.
It could, just thinking about, just based on movement of deer. A mature deer, I think during the rut, his range is like 250 acres, or some astronomical amount of room. What if this is a hostel?
Okay.
What if it's a hotel? It's just somewhere they lay their head while they're migrating.
That's a good point.
Chasing the deer down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you
But they built in a really weird. But I mean, it's a good land. I mean,
Well, at night, you walk right past it. You don't even realize it's there unless you've got on a light, an actual white light.
no. So militarily, it's a horrible ambush site.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
But if you're hunting, It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you could be around on the hotel one too. Exactly what it could be.
Yep.
And just how the angle of it is. It's not straight
I mean,
looking at the trail.
yeah,
It's
but,
looking down the trail, and if a deer comes perfectly, you're just even if you're kneeled down ready to pounce. Instead
Just
of
grab.
squatting, you're kneeled down ready, and something comes to say, how this is looking is to my left I can barely see, but to my right I can look down and see what's coming this way, but at the same time I could wait and listen to see what's coming to my left.
True,
And
but
if
you gotta
it comes
remember,
too
they
close
know
to me-
more about the deer than we do.
and that's
They know more about the deer, where they're going to move, how they do this, how they do that, than we do.
True. But at the same time, there was a lot of freaking horse fights out there. In that
Oh my
freaking
God.
That tells me that something's been there recently.
And
And wait, we know there's something there recently.
There was a blind.
That's how the horse flies always are. Up until winter when they go dormant.
Yeah.
That is
Just in that one area. That was the only area that right there is where
those-
we encountered the horseflies. Not
those
by
2 lanes.
Not by the pond. We didn't encounter, but now they followed us out.
Right.
Some did because I mean we've been sweating all day, so they're attracted to our sweat. But not one time did we get bit.
No. And then at the same time about the pond, it doesn't look like there's been activity around it, except for barely certain places on the edge. But that could be deer.
We duck on it.
What was I asking you?
And
Microphone.
If the algae was
What was I asking you?
about the algae.
Was there any breaks, disturbances,
Well, don't tell
or
him.
anything all the way around?
Tell
the
him what you
pond?
asked him. They can't hear
I
him.
asked him, was there any? Do you see any breaks? Do you see any disturbances in the algae as we're driving around the pond? And his answer was no.
No, I didn't see any either.
I mean, that's how you determine whether or not an animal is using it, because you're going to see some breaks in some little clear areas, and that's where the animals are going to be getting drinks. Okay.
Yeah,
You'll
but they
see
got the
some
little red
clear
further
cracks.
south, and it's been dry too. Though I don't think they're there right now.
Right.
I mean, it's been there recently enough. I mean, probably in the past month, honestly, because of what we found.
Yeah.
And let's be honest. Let's just go ahead and get that. Let's talk about that elephant. Well, let's talk about that turtle in the room.
Yeah.
So we found. I know we're all looking over at it. We found a complete intact turtle shell. And it looks like the shell from a red ear slider, which would match up with the pond, which is close but not so close. I mean, I could see. I really can't see it getting that far away.
No.
It's new. It's a new shell. I mean, this has not decayed. It has. I mean, there's nothing. The shell is completely intact, and I'll let you describe how you found it because you're the one that found it.
So I mean, I found it.
This is where
probably-
I know. I wish we would got a picture of it
I
so
wish
bad,
So bad.
so bad.
I wish I was thinking until I looked over and was like, "Hey, turtle shell."
I know you just picked it up. I was like, no, it's too late.
I mean, we could have freaking said, "Hey, take a picture," and we could stick it back down. But no, I found it probably maybe 6 foot away from the blind or the.
Yeah, I was
The-
thinking more like it was almost like 5 feet.
The
Yeah,
little
almost about
hostel,
5
whatever,
feet.
about 5-6 feet. And how it was is, the turtle shell is fully intact. Was upside down.
It was upside down.
And just like 1 or 2 pieces, is flaking, but fully intact. Honestly, it looks like something had to scoop whatever it is out, or freaking suck it out like a straw. But at the same time, the little skull and all that, bottom jaw was probably less than 6 inches to a foot away. It's in the thicket,
It
6
sat
feet away.
there. So whatever it was sat there and ate this thing.
Yeah.
And the skull and jaw are intact.
Yeah.
So any marks or anything on it?
No.
We haven't cleaned it up yet.
Okay.
Not that I saw, but it was covered in dirt. But
I think either A, it's a hunting blind, or B, is what Chris is saying. I mean, it could be either one, honestly. I mean, both arguments are sound.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Now, it very well could be, but I think it's an absolute hunting blind with the amount of deer that come running through there, and maybe what you scared up that night that ran through the trees, that wasn't a deer, that was them.
I've got a theory on that now.
Okay, what's up?
So the Native Americans have another cryptid that I just found out about after this investigation called the Deer Man.
Oh, I've heard about
And
Yes.
it's basically, it's what most people, whenever they see a Wendigo, that's
Right.
what they think is this humanoid deer creature.
Deer people.
Yeah, deer, and literally, it's a deer with arms and legs that walks upright, but it's got a full deer head with a rack and everything. Yeah.
There's so much of this that's going on out there. There's so much going on out there in this area. I mean, the blind itself, That's what I mean. I keep going back. Yeah, the blind itself is. I mean, it's. And you're right. In all honesty, if we weren't looking for it, we probably would have ignored it.
Yep.
But now that we know what we're looking for, I think that makes it stand out a little bit more for us. And I mean, I'm kind of curious to see what we find next weekend in this other area where the spirals are at.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't say anything about it, because I wanted to see if y'all saw it.
Dude,
If y'all saw the same thing I saw.
No, he did. He dropped right down to it.
I mean, especially when you guys were freaking.
No, once he called me over to it, I said the same thing. Holy! I mean, I got excited. We found a structure.
Yeah.
Matt's like, "What did you find?" I'm like, "Come here."
Yeah.
Like, this looks like something could lay in it or freaking hunt out of it. I mean, just how it is. I mean, freaking like, if you're looking at it, all the vines on it are freaking dark brown. I mean, if your fur is dark brown, you're blending in perfectly.
And Tony pulled it up. You can almost see it on Google Maps.
Yeah. It's been there that long.
It's that big.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing about it. It's that big.
So
I talked to Todd today.
Okay.
And sent the pictures.
What do you think?
And he goes, "Can you crawl inside it?"
To a point, you can.
And I went, well, kind of. I said, to me, it's more like a shelter half.
Yeah.
It was my thought. But the more we're talking about it, the more we're going over it again, and the more we're sharing details. And that's what I like about doing this. We're sharing the details, and everybody out there is listening right now of our encounter. I think we freaking found a Bigfoot hunting blind.
So the first year I saw it, immediately what I thought was, okay, the father-in-law cleared another hunting lane, and this is where he pushed the brush. But it was there the next year, and the next year, and the next year, and the next year, and it's still there. So
like something's
maintaining it. It's not us pushing more brush up onto it, because y'all saw the lanes.
Yeah, well, I saw that
It's
too,
obvious
though, because
that
I
we
walked
tilled
around
it.
the back. I walked around the back.
And
it
it's
looked
rounded.
it looked like something that dug a hole in one spot that you talked about. Yeah, there's a hole. There's a hole in the back as you're standing to the front of it, to the left of it, on the back left as you're standing in front of it. And you have to walk. It's a big structure, because you have to walk completely around it, and it's thick from the back. I mean, it's thick brush and everything from the backside.
I mean, to my perspective of looking at it, I mean, on the dimensions of it, it's probably wrapped probably a good 6 to 8 foot wide, probably 6 to 6.5 foot tall. I mean, it's a good size blind or little.
See, what strikes me weird, I'm going to go right back to the beginning when I said about the episode. I felt weird the whole entire time. Not one thing in me broke out. Measuring tape that we had with us, not one thing broke out. None of it. And I'm wondering, there's something to it was there, and it didn't want us there. Because I think I wanted to leave that area more than I wanted to leave the other area. I felt like I was ready to go. And then even you said yourself on the way home, I was.
Especially around it, how those tree lanes are.
Well, let me ask you a question real quick. How did you sleep that night? Saturday night?
Not very well.
How about you, Chris? How did you sleep Saturday? Oh, wait, you're drinking a drink.
Before I took my medicine?
Yeah.
Not well.
Okay.
Afterwards, like a rock. But that's what the medicine's for.
I just felt like uneasy.
Yeah, I came home, I showered, I ate, and I put my Simpsons on. Because my Simpsons are like when we get down here, we go inside, I'm going to take a shower, and I'm on the couch, I'm going to watch the Simpsons.
Bob's Burgers.
Oh, man, I love Bob's Burgers. Luis is my spirit animal. Tony, how did you sleep Saturday night?
I slept good because I took my medicine.
See, I did not take any medicine. No, wait, I did. I took melatonin.
See, I didn't take anything.
So I took melatonin and could not. And then Sunday, I felt like I was hungover. Had no alcohol at all whatsoever at all on Saturday. Matter of fact, we were drinking water, hydrating, everything. And then all day Sunday, I felt I was supposed to make a phone call to this gal out in California to do a pre-interview and stuff like that with her, and I just kept feeling off and off and off. And then Vince and Kelly showed up with the new seat covers, and she brought me the sign for the tavern, and we came down here, and just felt off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where Sunday night, I want to say I had melatonin again, and I could not sleep. I don't think I slept again until last night, a couple nights later. And to where I think it was Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night I came out here to the tavern, my backyard, my place. This is my comfort area. I came down here for something. I had Jack with me, and I felt uneasy. Now, I don't feel it since. Just that night, just that Sunday night. So, 36 hours later, 24 hours later, here I am, weirded out a little bit.
See, I got a freaking feeling that whatever was in there, and how you guys say with that infrasound, I think whatever it was probably put up, or just the presence of him used to be in there could have gave him that off, and it just threw us just out of whack for a little bit. I mean, knowing that something like this was here.
Well, that's okay. So that makes me wonder too, though. With you guys out there hunting, though, when you guys get done hunting, how do you feel?
Fine.
But
I didn't get creeped out at all over there.
But
on
at the same
pond
time,
side.
you got to look at it. They freaking was raised out there, and they live out there. They're used to it.
Yeah, and that's what I was just saying is,
because I was quiet all the way up to the road, wasn't I, with you?
Yep. Yeah. If it is Bigfoot, you were quiet all the way to the gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah. If it is Bigfoot, and he may be used to us being out there because we're out there all the time maintaining the property. I mean, y'all saw it. We take care of that, especially that side of the property.
Oh, yeah. You got great lanes. Everything is lined up. I mean, it's great.
And at the second note, they see things almost on a daily basis, so they're used to it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking with
I can't wait to go back.
infrasound and all that. It kind of messed me and you up.
I can't wait to go back. If we have to work tomorrow.
Because I know that night I did not hardly sleep with crap. I rolled. I woke up tired and felt like I was slept under a boulder. I was hurting.
Yeah, because I had the coffee set up and ready to go for us to meet down here at 10 o'clock to talk.
And I know I didn't show.
And you didn't show. And me and Tony, we talked a little bit about it. But I even got the vibe from Tony, because Tony coming up, and Tony can say what he wants, but that morning, though, Tony was doing everything he could to justify all of it. And I remember he'd say, "Oh, this plant." And so I pull it on up, says, "No, it says the opposite of what you're thinking it's going to do." And he's like, "All right." So you kept digging in and digging in and digging in and digging in. And I'm really thinking, I want to go back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I can't wait to go back. Next Saturday's going to be a blast now.
Mm-hmm.
A blast now. And you've agreed to be a part of the cryptid hunting team, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Look
yeah,
at that.
I can put a couple of my different skill sets to use for y'all.
Good. Nobody has to teach you.
Tony, you didn't hear Tony. Tony goes, "I don't have to teach you anything." Tony's our old man. We love our old man. Old man Tony.
But yeah, just to get, but still, just to find that blind, especially me, how I walked up 30, 40 feet in front of you guys, and all of a sudden turn and look. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't look natural. Because if somebody, like he said, if somebody pushed all the brush and all the stuff, you would see scrape marks and all that from the tractor or whatever.
Yes, I didn't see none of that. No, but I didn't see no.
But at the same time,
no man-made, nothing man.
No, but at the same time, there was also freaking little sprouts blowing up, freaking the size of your thumb already.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
The lane that my tower blind is in, we cut it, I want to say 5 years ago. So if that was the brush pile from us cutting that, it'd be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's maintaining that, and it's obviously not the family.
No.
I gotta say,
if I was you, I'd talk to the father-in-law about it, and I was stressed, leave it alone. That's pretty much exactly what it is. Yeah. So Tony just kind of did a rough drawing on his phone with the 3 trees surrounded right there. Yeah.
My biggest thing, if we go back,
it's got to be a hunting blind.
I know when we go back, I want to go up to that freaking blind and see if there's any snags of hair.
– Crawling in there is all you, bud.
Yes, I'm gonna let you crawl
I
in
know.
there.
I looked at it.
Hold on,
spider webs.
Hold on. You just became our new Aaron.
Hey, voluntold over here.
Go get in the
Aaron,
body locker.
I just voluntold myself.
Jacob, go crawl into there. Find out what that was.
See me what you see. Oh, is that a spider calling you?
Hey, we'll hold your legs and pull you out.
Something's got a hold of me.
Feel like a Mortal Kombat. Sonia, you go find out what that was. We'll right here for
We'll
you.
wait for you.
Jacob, go find out what that was. We're gonna wait. Aaron, go find out what that was. I feel bad for Aaron on that show. I really do. I feel like Aaron's like abused. Don't let me do that to you, Jacob.
Half the time I'm freaking down for it anyways.
Well, I'm gonna bait myself when we go out there. I do. You know, I think we should split the night up. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to. I think we should do.
Because I know Chris ain't done to go in those woods.
I'll go in if I'm armed.
Well, you're gonna
At
go in with
night
the team.
with
Yeah.
us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm armed up and got a team with me, I don't have any problem going back in there.
Okay, my biggest question
You
is
know,
what section are we going now?
I think the fact of the matter is back to Area 1 again. I think that possibly why we didn't feel off, Tony, was the fact of the matter that we knew that we had everything covered. If that makes sense. So our military mind triggered in. Hey, what's up? That sounded like your horn there for a minute.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
That sounded like your horn.
It did.
Exactly like your horn. But I think that there is something to that. But when we go back, we're going to focus on Area 1. And then, I want to wait, I think, for Area 2, the pond, until maybe after gun season.
That would probably be smart.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wait till after guns. I'm going to wait till after gun. And then I think we'll go in there and we'll spend a good portion of the night. And then we'll just camp out over there at the house. Chris.
Go.
So I'm gonna see if the father-in-law will bring his camper.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
He's got a big old fifth wheel.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I would love him.
TV, satellite, air conditioning, heat, bathroom.
I would love him.
So pretty much stay in the camper and freaking just go in the woods for an hour or two, just see whatever we can stir up.
Yeah. Hold on, you're looking. Wait, hold on. Here, get the mic from the Tony.
Tony's like freaking shocked. He goes, "What?"
I'm sitting here scrolling through my photos to see if I have a photo of this blind.
Dude, I'm almost 62 and I'll camp in canvas.
Well, that's great. I will tell you this. Ready? Hold on, Tony. Here's the deal. If we go out there on the and they think that that's what we're doing, if we go out there with a camper, everything set up like we're normal people camping and drinking beer, we're not drinking beer, but you get the point I'm trying to make. Acting goofy, playing music, stuff like that. Guess what? They're going to be at ease. If we go out there and we're acting like we're in the military again, they're going to be more on edge than we are. They're going to pick our vibes up more. People who have more encounters with the people out there who have the fire going, the campfire, they're sitting around, they're having a couple of drinks, they got the music playing, they're visiting, they're socializing. People are running around being goofy and silly as normal people do. With that prospect, I think we're going to attract more of them that way because they're not going to look at us as a threat. We're going to be armed. They're going to know we're armed. But as Arkansas, I can't think of one person up in that area who's probably not out in the woods with at least 2 or 3 of them on them.
Yeah.
So that's why the camper thing is perfect. That's why I said I would love it, because then we are putting off the prospect of what we are doing. We do have the camper there, so whatever's going on is going to continue to go on. Once we change up the natural aspect of it, then they change up.
I wasn't saying anything against it. I'm just saying that this is like luxury that I'm not used to.
Well, we're going to
because
enjoy
I'm
it.
used to camping in canvas.
Tony, we're old. We're going to enjoy this.
We call it glamping.
I'm all about glamping. I've done enough of the regular stuff. I'm all about glamping.
Yeah.
I might be able to rent a camper from MWR too.
Yeah. Air Force Base. Pop up.
Yeah, you both could. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get 2 of them. Look at that.
Yeah.
See how much it costs. Look at that. We're already planning it on out.
Was it like $35 a day for a weekend, and you get Monday too?
I think
Versus
so.
Friday.
Well, let's recap up the pond. There wasn't much activity that we got going on there. Not that we had at Area 1, but the blind. And I will put pictures of the blind, you guys, on the Facebook page when this episode drops. There will be a YouTube video, short ones, probably going to be about, I think, 8 minutes long, of us driving up there, of us, walking through the woods, a combination of, my camera, Jacob's camera, and Tony's camera. But I can promise you, though, for the next expedition, we are going to have a camera guy with us. And we're going to at least have a camera, and we'll be recording off of the camera. So I think we're going to be covered on that one. So Dylan at Blade Media has volunteered to be a camera guy for us. He has all the equipment and everything as well. He wants to be part of the expedition up on at the farm.
Thank you.
So he's in on that one. This is what he does. So
I'll make sure I'll bring my GoPros this time.
Yeah, exactly. So the main thing that we learned a lot of lessons, I think, on Saturday, that we got to remind ourselves of what to do and talk to each other. Like, oh, hey, Tony, grab the tape. Matt, hey, grab the measuring tape. Jacob, grab the measuring tape. Jacob, take pictures. So, like, before we pick anything up, take a picture.
If I can call out anything you see.
Yeah, you see something weird, something to move. Again, WTF is that?
Yeah, we were too much into the ooh and ah moments. What was going on at the time?
You're right. It was,
So
I want to summarize. You got the microphone. Hold on to it. I want to summarize because, so overall, Area 1 and Area 2, now that we've talked about it all, from the smells, WTF, the armadillo, the turtle, the blind, the infrasound, everything that we had going on up there, what's your total thought process on both areas?
something is going down up in that area.
White County. All right. Perfect. Jacob, what do you got?
I'm going to say it last episode. Area 1 gave me a little bit of the creeps. Felt like I was being watched. I mean, especially on the WTF section. Especially being 35 feet away from you guys. Still in freaking eyesight, but still felt like I was being watched, and I still had to watch my 6. So, section 2 with the pawn. I mean, didn't really feel that way as much. Except for maybe, I think it was just still in the back of my mind from Area 1. But especially just walking up 40 feet in front of you guys and seeing the blind was kind of neat. And kind of put something in the back of my mind. It's like, if no human did this, then what did? Something is still out here. But at the same time, it was kind of neat to find it. Especially the pond area. It was kind of a little weird and a little creepy. Not as much, but it's just, I mean, it's part of it. But my biggest factor is especially where all the trees were lined up. Like where they went out and planted all the trees. Because me and Tony kept looking down through there like, Bigfoot's going to run right through one of those. Come on, Bigfoot. But at the same time, it's just you can look down them. And
that was the whole vibe, though, wasn't it? The whole entire time you were over there
because
in Area 2.
I took a picture of that, and I freaking just look at my freaking camera. It's like, man, that goes on forever. That just looks creepy. But at the same time, it's like freaking, 5 o'clock in the evening. It's still daylight, and it just still put off a slight creepy vibe.
Well, there's apparently a shadow.
Oh, yeah, he wants to get a freaking loudspeaker put on the freaking Jeep and goes, here, Bigfoot, Bigfoot.
Well, Tommy said, reviewing the footage, he believes he sees a shadow off of your recording, Tony, of me and Chris.
Of what part?
Don't know. He's been busy. He sent me the videos, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it because I wanted to get this recording done as soon as possible after the encounter.
Yeah, because that would be cool to see.
And the reason why, because you want to always do your AARs immediately. Mm-hmm. You always, as soon as possible. To be honest with you, I mean, we should have done this on Sunday, but we needed a break, and we got to work and stuff like that. And I needed a break, too. So, because, Saturday was physically, not only, whatever happened to me, but physically, I was bad. I was physically hurting when we got back here to the house. So, but, yeah, that's how it felt. Bigfoot was going to run through the woods.
That's why I was waiting for him, that or him to pop his head out behind one of those trees and look down the freaking tree lane, but like, what you guys doing here?
See, we should get one of those, like, peeking around the tree Bigfoot things and put it out there just because it'd be hilarious.
father-in-law would shoot it.
I can already see. What
Hold
is
on,
that?
hold on. Tell him it was my idea, and then he'd shoot me. All right. Chris, what's your thoughts on so after the episode now, after doing an episode, after doing an investigation, and going in there not as a hunter, but as an investigator, what are your thoughts?
So the first area, there is definitely something going on over there. Is it a cryptid? I don't know. Is it paranormal? I don't know. But there is something definitely going on. Y'all all felt it. We were all uneasy over there. We've got evidence of some type of low frequency sound going on in that area. Matt saw the whatever it was at the tree.
Yep.
That ducked behind the tree and disappeared.
What if I got zapped?
You could have.
And that's why I started acting funky from that point on. If you think about it.
We never did notice until you freaking did a 180. To the point, whatever you saw, if you got zapped or whatever, that 180 that you pulled, you were like, let's go, let's go, let's go. You were more scared of something or more ready just to get out.
See, what's funny is I remember walking and talking with you, leaving.
Yeah.
We'll get back to your final, but I remember walking and talking with you as we were leaving. I remember going to the Jeeps, and we were sitting there talking. And I remember I kept looking for them, didn't I?
Yeah.
Are they coming? Are we ready
Yeah.
to go? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Let's get over there.
Yeah.
It's funny looking back on that stuff. Why don't y'all call that out? You like, you all right? You're acting kind of weird.
It was our first investigation.
This was our first investigation. So now if we see somebody acting weird, just unnormal, you know, other than like, you know, and be careful because I'm probably going to fall on I'm hurting.
Yeah.
No, we already figured that out.
And I was already
about the
hurting at
walking
one
sticks.
point. I know. I ever get yelled at by somebody else about the walking sticks. I had a couple of people yell at me for the walking sticks. I was like, I'm not going to have a walking stick and a rifle. Not going to happen.
Right.
And just soon have a rifle.
Yeah.
I'll pay the price later.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So, but Chris, okay, so Area 2.
Area 2.
The pond.
I've never been uncomfortable over there. The only time I've been weirded out was the 5'10" plus deer staring at me dead on, which we talked about in my first episode.
Deer people.
That one I think was, I don't know what that one was. The one running through the woods I think was a deer people.
If you want to look at my notes, that I didn't write anything down, look at the very last thing I wrote down right there.
Deer people. Yep. Yep.
It was already on my mind.
Yeah, the 3 standing at my corn, not sure what those were. I've run it past a few hunters. A few other hunters have encountered something similar to that, but not the deer walking off calmly through the woods staring at you.
No.
I haven't had one do that.
No, it was every hunter I've talked to said, no, I've never had that happen.
The only time I hear about that happening is that they're almost domesticated.
Right.
It's where like you're feeding them in your backyard, and they know that every day.
Yeah.
Like Talina.
Man,
like Talina has deer in her backyard every day. She sends me pictures of her deer in her backyard every day.
Yeah, my brother does, and my brother lives probably maybe 200 yards from Talina.
Mm-hmm.
Because my brother owns where Talina lives, there in Jacksonville. My brother owns that, and he owns 15 acres down the strip on the backside.
Oh, so they're probably the same damn deer.
Yeah. But at the same time, my brother has a freaking feeder in the front yard and feeds them. And we walk up to the porch and they just look at us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same
What
thing.
you retards doing?
Yeah.
But at the same time, to see a deer out in the woods.
But
and
out
do
there
that,
where Chris is at, that's not going to happen.
No.
No. That's why it's odd and very weird.
Deer people.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm not going fairies this time.
And
Deer people.
That's true. But at the exact same time, seeing a deer that's almost eye level with you.
Yeah.
I do
So
think
That
big.
is.
I do think we're going to have fairies next weekend, though.
That deer's on steroids.
It's just steroids.
Steroids.
I'm glad y'all found what we're going to call the blind.
I think that's a good name
now.
for it. You agree?
Yeah, I actually just sent you a photo from 2019 of it.
Okay.
Hang on. While you're talking, I'm pulling it up.
And, you know, like I said, I purposely didn't mention it. I wanted to see if y'all spotted it, and you did immediately, which was awesome. And, yeah, there is a very good possibility we got us a Squatch out there.
What year is this?
2019.
But at the same time, when I found it, I think it was awesome. I had to dig out my flashlight, go
Same.
up into it, looking. I'm like, I really want to crawl in this, but don't. But at the same time, I mean, that looks like something else built it.
Yeah. Wait till you see the photo I sent him.
Yeah. I have to share this with you here in a second. Ugh. All right.
Can't wait to get out there at night with y'all.
I can't wait either. So my final thoughts. Going over everything for the past couple hours, part 1 and part 2 that we have been recording now. Going on a couple hours. Here's the deal. I think, I saw something in Area 1. I think I might have gotten zapped. Threw me for a loop through the rest of the investigation. Because it was there and it wasn't, and I was aimed right at it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could have pulled the trigger right on it. And I wasn't scared. Not one time did I act scared. I know that much. I wasn't scared. It was just WTF is that. If I did get zapped, then it's not the shadow people.
Your reaction to it was enough that I decided the next time we go out, I won't have a hunting rifle with me. I'll have one of my tack rifles.
Yeah, I don't know how to put in the words. Because I can picture it clearly right now, still. I mean, it's just a couple of days ago. In my head. I mean, it wasn't a figure. It was a shadow. It was just like this black spot. And it stood out to me. And that's when I said, WTF is that?
Mm-hmm.
And raised the rifle up. And I was trying to zoom in. I was trying to get a good picture of it on the scope. And I was trying to... Yeah, so Tony right now just found a part of the clip. And I look... Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, you can see it in my eyes. I'm seeing... Yeah, that looks like me, but not like me. I look a little freaked out in that picture. I don't know. I can't wait to go back. I'm going to go with the fact that we got a hunting blind over in Area 2. I think that it's a hunting blind. I think it's a landmark. They know from y'all's feeders, from y'all stands, from everything y'all got going on. They know. And they're using the area, the terrain, as perfect cover because it's a field. You got a field, and then the next wood line, a quarter mile up, is where the hunter disappeared at. Mm-hmm. And soybeans, everything around that area. So I think that, in all honesty, I think we got squatch in Area 2,
mm-hmm.
the pond. I think there's a squatch over there. Squatches. Because where there's one, there's got to be multiple. I think there's squatches. I think they go further south because I know that across the road from where the house was at, those woods are thick.
Yeah.
Thick.
And there's that we saw the break.
Yeah, that new break right there.
Line.
Yep, that new break in there. You're absolutely right. There's a new break in there. So and why didn't we walk over and check it out?
It's
we didn't call that out until we came back out of the woods the first time is why.
Yep.
The first time I would have oh man. If I got zapped, I'm gonna be so pissed.
At the same time, especially in Area 1, especially those the woods just across the shooting range.
Yeah.
Into the the neighbor's property.
Mm-hmm.
Those woods felt weird and dark.
Yeah.
No, the ones across the street. Across the main road.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying the main road. I'm like, here's this blind, and you got the shooting range, and the way we walked in. I'm talking about those woods.
Well,
the ones he was looking at the ground.
Oh yeah, I'll be honest with you. The whole woods in that whole area just felt completely just jacked.
Oh yeah.
Completely jacked. Tony, you got something?
Do you remember the white clay?
Yes.
Yes.
It was a clump of white clay that was laying on top of the natural clay floor, but it was white.
Yeah.
It looked like somebody had made like a clay ball and thrown it, and it had landed and spread out.
We call it Bigfoot poop.
With one clump.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there making fun of it, saying Bigfoot poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just pulled up. I isolated that.
And this is right after. This is right after the WTF encounter.
Yes, it was right after that. Yep.
See, I got a theory on that one. Fell out of his hair walking through the freaking woods.
To clay?
Yeah.
It could have.
Who said he wasn't laying down in something in that big old cloud of freaking white clay?
Well, think about it, too, though. I mean, if you want to cool off in the summertime here in the South like that, I mean, you're going to want to get in the mud. You're going to want to wallow around in it. I mean, they do. I mean, Jack does it out here in the backyard all the time.
Especially if you're trying to get all those horse flies and freaking ticks and all that off of you.
Or you're trying to use it to protect yourself from them.
The end of First Predator.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Goes back to Predator. Told him I'm going to die in that hill. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we're going to be going back up there again. There'll be another investigation. We have another on-ground investigation we're doing in a week and a half from this recording. So it'll already be done by the time this episode drops. Here's a cool thing, too, though, real quick. You guys ready? So we have an episode dropping on Thursday. An episode dropping this Thursday is a really cool encounter. Okay, so it's a guy by the name of Matt. Great name. Okay. And it's already aired by the time this episode drops. UFO encounter at Fort Carson.
I gotta listen to that one.
I know, you were like in Vegas throughout these recordings. So, but on Monday, Labor Day, here's the cool part. So Labor Day, which is a pretty awesome holiday, our 25th episode drops.
Heck yeah.
So by the time this airs, we'll already be past 25. So I'm pretty excited about that. 25 episodes are coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be great. I'm excited. And thank you guys, everybody out there listening. I appreciate the support. I really, really do. With sharing the show, talking about your friends, ordering the T-shirts. Order a T-shirt, man. They're a lot of fun to wear. Bigfoot drinks better beer than you. Come on. Who doesn't want a T-shirt that says that? You know, let's just be honest. I'll tell you who doesn't want them. ISIS. ISIS and communists don't want them. See? Those are the kind of people that don't want those T-shirts. So the bonus is, you guys, you can get a T-shirt. Hopefully by the time this episode is, we'll have a new sticker guy, or the sticker guy, baby. I hope everything's all right with him. Maybe he's having problems, so we'll have stickers again. But you guys, thank you for listening in. Share the show. If you had an encounter, please email us. Who knows? We may show up. We may talk. We may come and investigate your area. You never know. So until then, stay safe. Like the show, share the show, give me that 5-star rating review. Share us with your friends, share us with your enemies. Share us out there, drunkencrypts@gmail.com. Thank you again very much. Until next time, y'all stay safe.
Do anything that I want.